Going on, everyone? Cold Case Project back again, and today we will be discussing the very sad and very tragic disappearance of Brittany Ann Beers. This is per a request from one of my regular viewers, and we're going to dive in. We're going to give some details courtesy of our friends at the Charlie Project. I'm going to give you some details in regards to the victim, just some stuff that happened in her life. And once again, if you enjoy the content I am sharing, throw me a like, throw me a subscription. And I like to really keep this channel kind of somewhere where all you all you web sleuths can look, give me some of your opinions on what may have happened, give some of your own theories, keep it all positive. You throw anything negative, you say anything negative, I will delete your comment. But once again, here we go. Let's get started. So, all that said, now the details of the disappearance. Brittany was playing outside her family's residence at Village Manor Apartments during the evening hours of September the 16th, 1997. She went outside to ride her bicycle at approximately 7:30 p.m. Brittany's mother, Tina Stetler, left her on errands at approximately 8:30 p.m. She saw her daughter riding her bicycle around the neighborhood at the time. Brittany's half-brother told authorities he saw his sister sitting on a bench about 5 minutes after their mother departed. A witness told investigators that he saw Brittany speaking to an unidentified male riding a red or brown mid-sized vehicle shortly thereafter. Brittany walked over to the witness, told him that she made a new friend, and Brittany was never seen again. Stetler returned home at approximately 9:05 p.m. and asked Brittany's brother to find her. The authorities were summoned when the child couldn't be located near the apartment complex, which is located near U.S. Route 12, a major thoroughfare through Sturgis, Michigan. Brittany's bicycle was discovered abandoned shortly after she was last seen. Sketches of the unidentified man seen speaking to Brittany were distributed through the area in the days following the disappearance. It is not known whether this man is connected to her case. He was in his late 20s or early 30s, with short dark hair and a thick mustache, and was driving either a mid-sized red car or a brown Renault. Police are still looking for the man, and he is not being called a suspect, but a witness whom they would like to question. Now, the Michigan courts removed Brittany's older brother and younger sister from the family's home in 1998 after allegations of child physical and sexual abuse and neglect were issued. Brittany's father, Raymond Beers, his brother, James Beers, and Kevin Folsom, the father of one of her half-brothers, were allegedly involved in the abuse of the children. Folsom was imprisoned for molesting Brittany, but he was released in 2008. Brittany's case received more publicity in 2000 after the arrest of a St. Clair Shores, Michigan man who had images of child pornography saved on his computer. One of the victims resembled Brittany, but was later determined not to be the missing girl. In 2015, police named Daniel Furlong a person of interest in Brittany's abduction. He abducted, sexually assaulted, and strangled an 11-year-old girl, Jodi Perrick, in 2007. The murder was not solved until 2015, after Furlong abducted a 10-year-old girl who subsequently escaped from him. After he became a suspect in the child's abduction, he provided a DNA sample which linked him to Jodi's murder. He subsequently confessed to the murder and pled guilty and was sentenced to life in prison. He said he picked Jodi at random and that he intended to kill the 10-year-old he kidnapped. Furlong bears a striking resemblance to the sketch of the man seen with Brittany prior to her disappearance. His known crimes were similar to Brittany's disappearance, and Jody closely resembled her. He's maintained his innocence in her case, but remains one of the few persons of interest. Brittany's case remains open and unsolved. Now, so we go through some of the details that we have in here over for Brittany's case. Brittany was 6 years old at the time of her disappearance. She was 4 feet tall. She weighed 45 pounds. She was in a white tank top or t-shirt with floral design, pink tie-dye shorts, and white sneakers with a pink design on the sides. Her shoelaces had red stripes down the center. Characteristics: blonde hair, blue eyes. Brittany was missing her upper baby teeth at the time of her disappearance. She often wore her hair pulled back in a ponytail. Now, unfortunately, as we can say, there's that case that was about, let's see, our exact date that we're looking at here. We're looking at over 23 years now since this young girl went missing, going on 24 years this year. Now, best we can do is really just try to think and say, what could have happened that evening. This poor 6-year-old girl just lived. She experienced some unfortunate things that no child, no person, let alone a child, deserves to go through. And it's so sad. It's just really, really depressing. It's one of those things where just like when you cover these types of cases, all you can say is you really just want the perpetrator to be brought to justice. Now, as of 2021, I don't believe the suspect. I believe he's still saying he's innocent in this case. So all I can say is I want to give a moment of silence or really just a moment of prayer for Brittany right now, and we'll start right now. All right. Well, like I said, I don't know whether or not that it's probably been announced if they ever checked maybe for fingerprints on the bicycle to see if had perhaps the man in the drawing touched the bike, or if it was just Brittany. But that would be an interesting thing, just see if there's any traces of any fingerprints they could possibly have. Now, it is definitely one of these things where the if you look at the drawing, if you look at the picture of him and here, you look at him, and then you see what Furlong looks like in later once he was captured. I mean, there is a crazy striking resemblance. So hopefully justice comes much sooner than later, and this animal, if they're not doing the death penalty there, he's just where he needs to be, just away from civilization. So once again, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Throw down some comments down below. Thank you so much, and I'll be back soon.